Okay, we are recording.
Welcome, everyone, to the March 11th Governing Board meeting. It's a brand new day, folks. So I've got some interesting things to report to you this episode. So pay attention. There's some interesting developments in Washington and lots of things we're doing to prepare for them, so we can kind of share those with you as we proceed. I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda. One from Nancy. We have a second from someone?
Vince.
Looking for a second. Oh, okay. Was that Shannon I heard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Excellent. All in favor of approving the amendment? Oh, hi. Yeah, we got two windows here. I'm gonna be all mixed up. I apologize.
So who's this on the phone at 9367?
Oh, that's me. That's Carl.
Hey, Carl.
How are you?
Good. Sorry, we're halfway through approving the agenda. I interrupted Steve.
Sorry. I'll be quiet.
So we had a motion and we have a second. All in favor of approving the agenda, raise your hand or say aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay.
I abstain.
That
Is that
would be
Carl?
Carl.
That would be Carl, no doubt. But at least he's here. That's what counts. Okay, minutes from the February 11 meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Move to approve as presented.
Thanks, Shannon. And I saw Paul. We'll make that a second. All in favor of approving those minutes, raise your hand or say aye.
Aye.
Excellent. Any opposed? Excellent.
Any
Abstentions?
I'm going to abstain because I wasn't at the meeting.
Me too. Fair
So
enough.
Ben, Ross, and
Hi,
Carl.
Carl.
Thank you.
Okay. We're leaving a little slot in all of our meetings for public comments, and this is that opportunity. Is there anyone on the bridge that would like to make some public comments? Raise your hand or speak up. I'd say we're clear there. Let's move on. Chair report. I'm going to kind of give you a brief thumbnail sketch of something that we'll talk a little bit more about as we move into the meeting. And some bead watchers, which specifically refer to the executive committee and Ellie and things like that, have been hearing all kinds of frightening things happening in Washington that we're trying to manage through. About a week ago in the Wall Street Journal, there was an article about the Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who made a comment in the Wall Street Journal that they're going to make a change. It's what they say they're going to do. This doesn't mean they've done it. It says that what they're going to do is they're going to make the BEAD program technology neutral. I think the suggestion there was that the technology neutral nature of it would allow competitors, wireless competitors like Starlink, to apply for to be worth being or being apply for BEAD money, which would have a significant impact on the funds that are being distributed and who they're distributed to. The one postscript I want to put in there about technology neutral is that Maple Broadband and all the fiber broadband providers were delivering service symmetrical, which means that if you've got 75 megabits per second upload, you've got 75 download. So whatever rate you're going at, it's going to be the same whether it's upload or download. And the difference between fiber broadband providers and wireless providers, specifically Starlink, is that you can get some pretty good speeds out of it, 25 to 220 megabits per second download, but upload's still about 25 to 20 megabits per second. So it's not really a level playing field. Starlink isn't, and probably will never be symmetrical. But the net of that change, if it happens, is that what was originally about $4.1 billion going to Starlink probably is now going to become about $10 to $20 billion, which means less money. Again, hypothetically, means less money for the the fiber broadband providers. What that all translates out to is still unknown. So I think what we've said to you several previous meetings is that everything we're doing is assuming status quo. The BEAD program has been in the works for a long time, and we're not changing our pace. We're at full speed applying for BEAD as originally envisioned and established. And things might change, and we're going to have to roll with those punches. But right now, we're expecting the best. And I'm sure we'll be talking a lot more about that, especially when we get into executive session. Any questions? Okay, let's move on to we can move right into it, can't we? Let's have our executive session. We can catch everyone up at that point. So everyone that's on this call can remain on the call. I think probably we don't want Jose will not be in attendance. Ellie?
Yeah, I think Jose is the only member of the. I mean, Chris is a member of the public who's going to be a delegate in a month, so I think we can invite him. And Jose, we will respectfully ask you to drop, and then I'll email you when we come back. Okay.
Perfect. So we're trying to adhere to those rules. I think this is, as Ellie has informed me, is we're supposed to be in a quiet period about a lot of this funding requirements, and so we're trying to respect that to ensure that we're compliant with all the requirements that relate to BEAD and anything else we're doing in that area. So I'll quickly put together a motion here for to go into executive session. I move to find that premature general public knowledge regarding Maple Broadband's business strategy would clearly place us at a substantial disadvantage because of risk disclosure of our activities if they were to be communicated to the public. Is there a second? Yeah, we got second from Nancy and Paul. I move that we enter into executive session to discuss business strategy under Title I, Section 313, subsection A of the Vermont statutes. Is there a second?
So moved.
And we got two here from Paul, Nancy, and I think someone else as well.
Spence,
So
it was Spence.
excellent. Great. So any objections to going into executive session?
Nope, we just need
Okay.
to have the votes on the two motions on the floor.
Okay. The first motion, which was that there's a chance for business strategy to be leaked to the public. All in favor, raise your hand or say aye.
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 And all seconds, which are to actually enter an executive session, raise your hand or say aye.
And to that one, we're also inviting Chris, who's
Aye.
not a delegate or alternate yet.
Yeah. Right.
But yes. Okay, great.
We're
I'll
not-
stop the
we're-
recording.
We're not entirely organized here, but that's not Ellie's fault. Just say we.